Hi guys, it's Dana. We're back working on these journal covers, and I want to apologize in advance because there is going to be a shadow. I'm filming at night, so my overhead light is on, and so you can see there's going to be a shadow. I normally try and film during the day, but I actually do a lot of my crafting at night because it's when I physically feel the best, because I have extra pain meds that I take at night that really help me. So they help me sleep because I have less pain. So when I posted my journal cover video earlier today, one of my subscribers commented and asked if I would please film the process of me doing the inside of the journal cover, and I wasn't really going to do that because I was just going to do it tonight and then show you guys the result of it tomorrow or the next day or in the next video. But I thought, well, I told her, well, when I sit down to do that, I'll just turn the camera on. It's very simple what I'm going to be doing on the inside front covers, but here I am, and I'm crafting tonight, and I'm working on the inside of those journal covers, and so I thought I'll just turn the camera on and I'll post this video tomorrow. So here is the let me pull some of this stuff out of the way here. So here's our 3 journal covers that we did out of collage, neutral collage, and napkin. And what I've done is I've gone through some paper pads that I have and some fabric that I have, and I'll show you what I've chosen to go with. So here's our more purple one, and I have this beautiful purple fabric that I thought would really go nicely on the inside cover. And I already looked at the papers, and I even picked out when I was looking, I picked out what I'd have at the front of my signature, and it's going to be this page here, and look how beautiful that's going to be. So when you open the journal up, this will be at the front of the signature, and it really goes with this fabric nicely. So that's what we're going to use for the purple one, is fabric. And set this aside. And so the yellow one that we did, this paper collection actually has yellows, greens, white, and blues. And so I wanted to do blue on the inside front cover of that. We can even kind of look at the collection and see, I already have the papers trimmed and folded. So I have this paper that I chose, and this is just a Paper Studio collection. It's not cardstock, it's paper. And this one's called Country Road by Paper Studio, and I thought this is really pretty. And here's some of the papers. So like this would be really pretty as the first signature. This one actually is probably what I'll use because it has the name of the collection on it, is Daisy. I don't remember who it's by, but when we go to work on this journal, I will look it up and let you guys know what that is. So that's going to be really pretty with this. So that's what I've chosen to go with that one. And then this one, this beautiful one with for the Jane Austen one, is what I've chosen. It's come from this paper pad by DCWV. It's called Preserved Paper, and I bought this collection because it is just a collection of very usable, a lot of it's neutral. There's a lot of scripts, pinks, and florals in here that pretty much go with anything I'm doing. And so there's advertisements. It's so usable for so many different things. And when I have a paper collection that I buy specifically to do ephemera or to have on hand that will pretty much go with anything, I keep them in a stack right over here to the right of me. So when I'm looking for, just like tonight, individual papers, I have those at the ready to look through first. And what I've chosen to go with this one is this beautiful music paper and roses. And there's a little bit of gold foiling in here, polka dot gold foiling. And so like this is the napkin we used on the front cover. And just look how pretty those go together. And then like here's a strip from the actual paper collection, a couple of strips that I have here. So I'll show you kind of how these go together. And I just think they go really nicely together. So they don't match perfect, but I don't really like matchy too much. Sometimes I do. But this is what I'm going to use on the inside front cover of this one. So that's where we'll start. And this is just very, basically I'm just going to cut the papers to side and glue them down. And then I'm going to sew around the edges. And I won't do that on camera, sew around the edges. I will, however, film the fabric cover one I'm going to do because I'll move my camera and film where I sew. So let me trim this down first to 12 inches. I cannot see my ruler here. Here we go. There's a glare when I film at night on my cutter. Okay, and I'm gonna keep this and do a paper ruffle out of it because that'll be really, really pretty. So I'll put that by my sewing machine. Okay, so these are 9 by 12, the cover. So it should fit perfectly this way. Yeah, and it does. So I'm gonna just trim this to a little over 9, just so that I know that it fits. And I can always trim off the excess. So I'm going a little over 9. And I'm gonna put this strip with that collection because we can use it for stuff. Okay. I'm gonna trim around the edge and trim off all the excess napkin. Trim that off here. So I hope y'all had a good day today and that you're having a good evening. You'll see this tomorrow. So I've just been in a lot of pain today. So I spent a good part of the day just on the couch, just watching TV. Just one of those days. All the activity I had yesterday, going to the park and things like that, I usually am not in a good way for a day or two after doing stuff like that. So, and that's just to be expected for me. So like I said, I do a lot of my crafting at night because I have pain meds that I take at night that I don't take during the day. Because they make me feel a little bit funky, sometimes lethargic, and I just don't like to feel that way during the daytime. And, well, I don't like to feel that way, period. But if I'm going to feel like that, it's not going to be during the part of the day where I'm most active. So I do a lot of crafting at night after I take those nighttime meds. Okay. So this is our cover. I think I might have it upside down. I don't know. That's it. No, it goes like this. So all I'm going to do is just glue this in place. And it doesn't look like it's going to fit totally evenly. I'm a little off on this side. So I'm going to center it the best I can, and I'm going to pull it a little bit closer to me so I can see a little bit better. But you know what? Anywhere it's off, I'll have to maybe trim, and I have room to do that. So I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. My Fabri-Tac's getting pretty low, and it's pretty thick. So I'm not sure that's gonna work. I need to get more Fabri-Tac. So I'm gonna move this off to the side, and I'm just gonna refill my art glitter glue really quick. Sorry, I was not prepared for that. I was planning on using Fabri-Tac, but such is it. I'm just gonna go with it, roll with it. I hate to have stuff like that happen on camera, but it is what it is. I'm sure you guys experience that when you're crafting too. I gotta get all this kind of dried glue off the edge of my cap here. Sorry guys. This is fun to watch, yeah? There we go. And we got it. I always clean that off a little bit when I refill. I don't want to spill it on my project, like what happened last time I did this on camera. Remember when I spilled it all over everywhere? We'll just fill this up. That way I have plenty of glue for all the covers we're gonna work. It looks like I'm gonna have to order more of this too, because my refill bottle is getting a little empty. I've only got about 1/3 of it left. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with heat, cooking with fire. All right, so we'll use our glitter glue. So I'm just gonna put glue all over my paper. I think I'll put it on the paper instead of the cover because it looks like it's gonna be a little off. See the back of that? Look at all that script. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna stay away from the very, very edge because I am gonna sew around the edges. So we'll just glue this in place. And pretty much that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. I could have collaged the inside front cover, but I decided not to. I thought to myself, I've got some really pretty papers that I know will match and go with it, so. But a collaged inside front cover would have been pretty too. Okay, I'm gonna stand up and try and do this because I noticed when I was trying to match it up that it's not gonna match up perfectly. I'm gonna go to the top there. So I noticed that most of my problem is right here and right here. And it's not a lot, so I may go ahead and just trim it, but we'll see. I'm gonna get this all burnished down really, really good. But this is also very easily covered with some lace, so I might do that too. I'm also gonna have a pocket here. So I think I'm not really gonna worry about these sides. This one I might trim because it's all the way up the side here. So I'll probably trim that side, but this side, it's only on this bottom part and there'll be a pocket there. So I think I'll leave that side. So I wanna make good contact. I'm just using my bone folder to do that. I am. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna trim off the parts that I see that are kind of hanging over. Okay, there's that side. There's some right here. Definitely some on the bottom, so let's get that. There. I don't see any on this side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this side down. And my covers are always bigger than my pages, so I've got the room to do a little bit of trim, and you can see that is not very much. And like I said, I'll leave this because I think that the pocket is going to cover a lot of that. I might trim just, you know what, let's fold it and let me see what it looks like after it's folded. Ooh, I got my glue pen in there, I grabbed it. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold this and see what this side looks like. And I've already folded it before, so it should go pretty easily. Let's go ahead and... Did I say it was going to go pretty easily? Once you have those layers of adhesive and stuff, it's... This corner here is giving me a problem. There we go. Just work with it. It gets kind of stiff after you've collaged and all the matte medium gel and all of that. So, okay, so there's the back and there's the front. And I can actually see that it's not even. So I am going to go ahead and trim this. Just to the eye, I can see that it's not even there toward the bottom. And there we go. That looks much, much better. Okay. I'm going to stand up so I can give that all the pressure that it needs. Okay. I'm super happy with that. So that's what we have. Very pretty. And what I'll do is I will zigzag all the way around the cover. And I'll just go all the way around. And let's, you know what? Let's ink it. Let me put the pen in my glue here, because that's all part of the process here for me anyway, is inking it. And I think for me, it'll look even better once it's all inked up. And it's nice and stiff, but yet still a little bit pliable. So yeah, like I said, I haven't been doing a whole lot today, just mostly watching TV and, you know, things like that. And right now I've been binging, my sister laughs at me because I love reality TV. And I love like cooking competitions and stuff like that. And one of my very favorite shows that's been on for years is Top Chef. And so for weeks I've been binging the whole series on YouTube of Top Chef. And wow, that takes ink really well with that matte medium gel. Oh, that looks so pretty. So yeah, so I'm on the last season, so I'm kind of bummed because I really love that show. And now it's coming to an end because I'm in the last season. So I've been binging that this afternoon. And let's see, what are some of my other things that I like to binge? Top Chef, of course. I love Survivor. I love, one of my absolutely favorite ones is Project Runway, which if you've never seen it, it's like a clothing designer competition. And you know what? Hulu took that off. It was taken off of Hulu. Let's do the inside here. It was taken off Hulu, and now I can't really binge watch it anywhere. You have to buy it on Amazon, and I'm not going to buy a TV show to watch. That's just, I don't have the money to do that, to spend on something like that. I'd rather buy craft supplies if I have the money. So I'm really bummed because I love that one, and I know that there's seasons of it that I haven't watched or seen. And so I'm kind of bummed that I can't watch that anywhere. But I love that, and yeah, I've said this before, I love anime. I'm an anime watcher. And so there's always animes that I'm in the middle of watching. I love it. And, oh, I've got a little part to trim right here that I missed. There we go. So what do you guys like to binge watch? You like to binge watch stuff while you're crafting, or is it too distracting for you? I don't have a TV or anything in my craft room, but when I'm crafting late at night, and I'm not filming something, I will bring my phone in and put it on my craft desk, and I'll be watching something on my phone. Okay, so there that is. All inked up, and doesn't it look pretty, all inked? Really pretty. Okay, so that is ready to be sewn around. So I'm going to put that by my sewing machine. And let's work on this one. So we'll trim up the outside of it first. And I'm not sure how the art glitter glue is going to do with this plastic. We'll just have to see. It'll be an adventure. We will find out together how the art glitter glue does with this plastic bubble cover. I'm a little nervous about it. I hope it works. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to wait until my Fabri-Tac comes in. I'll order some tonight. I'll just order it off Amazon. It used to be I would buy my Fabri-Tac at Hobby Lobby, because I would always use their 40% off coupon to get my Fabri-Tac, because it's not the cheapest thing, you know? And but Hobby Lobby doesn't do coupons anymore. They don't offer their 40% off coupon anymore. And so that's kind of a bummer. So I've been having to pay full price for my Fabri-Tac, so that's a real bummer. Okay. So we'll see how the art glitter glue, because this is just the bubble wrap. I mean, there's nothing, I don't have a layer of anything else on there, so. And I can already see some of this is peeling up here on the cover, which is not a big deal because I'm going to be sewing around the edges. So let's just see if the art glitter glue will hold that down. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so let's trim this down. I'm gonna go a little over 9, and it is 12 inches wide. So let's make sure that it's gonna, yeah, fit. So I'm gonna go a little over 9. I'm trying to decide what end I want to do here. It's kind of all over the place. So do I want to leave more of this white here? Let me pull out what I was gonna use on the front of the signature and see what that's gonna look like. Now let me turn it over. I'm trying to decide which end to, I think I'm gonna leave the white right here. So we'll cut it 9 inches from this end. And I'm gonna go a little over, just so I have room to trim off. And I'm gonna put this scrap with that collection so that I can use it on tags and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this up. Actually, I think I'll put glue, yeah, I'm gonna put it on the paper. I'm not gonna go right to the edge because we're gonna sew around the edge. And I left room to trim off. So I don't wanna go right to the edge. Close, but not right to the edge. So in our next video, these covers will be all done and sewn around. be ready to start putting signatures together. I'm excited about that. It's one of my favorite parts of doing a journal is putting the signature together. And so I'm excited about that. Okay. Oh, I got my pen in there. All right. So I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. So this is the top. So this is the corner. I want that white area. I'm going to stand up so I can line this up right. No fit issues there on that one. That's nice. All right, I'm gonna take my bone folder. And because this isn't cardstock, oh, that's really nice. Because it's not cardstock, it's just like, you know, it's heavier than copy paper, but it's definitely not cardstock. You can really feel that bubble wrap in there. So that's gonna be really nice. I wonder, because I've never sewn around one of these that had the bubble wrap. I wonder if it's going to pop all over the place while I'm sewing. That would be funny. All right. All right. Looks like we've got good contact. And where I glued that paper down in the corner, it looks like it's sticking. So it looks like the art glitter glue is going to work on that surface. That's great news. Okay, let's trim off the excess, because I know there will be some. These covers turned out just, I love when a project just turns out better than you could have hoped for. And these covers have turned out just so beautiful. I'm very excited about that. I know I say that word a lot, but I get excited about what I'm doing and what I'm creating. And I hope y'all feel the same about the things that you create, because I feel like if you're not excited about what you're creating, then what are you doing it for? What are you spending your time on that for? You should be doing something that you're excited about doing. And then I think goes with anything. I mean, there's things in our life that we have to do, taking care of our families, our kids, things like that. And those are all have-tos. And so I feel like for the things that you're doing as hobbies or whatever that aren't the have-tos in life, then you should be doing something you're excited about. Because there's so many things in life that we do because we have to. Okay, I'm just taking a look at all this to make sure there's nothing hanging off. I do have some of the plastic kind of showing right here at the bottom. I need to trim that off. There we go. All right, let's fold this in half now. Okay, and that is kind of lifting when I fold it in half. So I am gonna let this dry really good, sew around it, and then I'm gonna fold it. That way, if there's any lifting, it'll be in the middle, not on the edges, because it'll already be sewn around. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink it though. Which, let's look at the difference that makes. Gosh, I just love it. Distressed edges. They make me happy. I know there are people out there who do not agree with me, but for me, distressed edges are one of the joys of my projects. I love how they look. Yeah, that is not holding. Nope, it isn't holding. I'm gonna ink and set this aside, and I'm just gonna have to wait and get some Fabri-Tac. So I will order Fabri-Tac. See, that's just, look at, that's just all coming up. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and finish inking it, And then I'll set it aside and I'll order some Fabri-Tac tonight. And it'll be here in a day or two. No big deal. And then I'll just re-glue that down. Oh, look at that with the distressed edges. Those yellow birdies. Oh, it looks so good. That's a bummer. I thought I was going to be able to get this done tonight. That's okay. It's worth waiting on. You put all the time and effort into making something like this. You want to make sure that it's put together right, especially because it's going to be sold. I wouldn't sell something that wasn't put together to where it's going to hold. Okay. Just going to fold this just a little so I can get this middle. All right, so that's what that looks like, all distressed. The inside's pretty distressed too, and I'll put this aside because we need to wait on Fabri-Tac for that in order to finish it. And you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this one either because I need Fabri-Tac for it. But let's get it all trimmed up. That way we're ready for it. We'll just get the edges all trimmed up from all of that napkin. So that's 2 that I can't do tonight. So that's kind of a bummer. Oops, missed a little part right there. All right, there we go. And then this last side. There we go. Okay, let's get that mess off. All right. Yeah, because I was going to need to Fabri-Tac this cover down in order to sew around it and stuff. Okay, well, that's all right. So we'll put these 2 aside. And we're waiting on Fabri-Tac for those. So, all right, well, that looks like the extent of what I'm going to be able to do tonight because I don't have any Fabri-Tac. So what I'll do is just put those aside, and when my Fabri-Tac comes in, we'll get back together and I'll finish up the inside front and back covers of those. But we did get our one done. We pull that in. We did get this one all done because the inside of this one was the paper. It was the brown paper. So I was able to glue with our glitter glue onto that. And this is gorgeous. I'm so happy with that. So I will sew around this one, and maybe while we're waiting for our Fabri-Tac to come in, we'll go ahead and put signatures together. So the next time we get together, we'll go ahead and start pulling papers for signatures and start getting going on getting the guts filled in of these journals. So thanks for sitting with me, guys, and I'm sorry we couldn't finish them all, but we did get one done. Then it's really pretty. So you guys have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.